Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another horror review. Tonight we're looking at a British horror from the wonderful Peter Walker. We're looking at his classic Frightmare, released here on 88 Films on Blu-ray. And so let's get on to any special features. Okay, so this is the main screen for Peter Walker's Frightmare. Let me just lower it down slightly, guys. There we go. So this is the main screen. Let's have a look at any special features that may be in this feature. We have an audio commentary with film critic Kim Newman, Barry Forshaw and writer David McGillivray. Audio commentary from British horror expert Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. Audio commentary by director, producer, co-writer Peter Walker and director of photography Peter Jessup. Moderated by biographer Professor Stephen Chibnall. Editor Robert Dearberg on Nightmare. And original trailer. So that's the special features on Frightmare. Extremely disappointing on the special features front, although saying that, it does have at least 3 or 4 audio commentaries which I do actually quite like to watch sometimes. I tend to watch them when I'm in bed because I know the film, and sometimes when I want to relax, and I will put on an audio commentary just to gain more information on the film because my memory's a bit shot. Anyway, unfortunately there's not that too many special features on there, but let's get to the story. So this is based on a husband and wife, Edmund Yates and Dorothy Yates. Edmund Yates is played by Rupert Davis, and Dorothy Yates is played by the incredible Sheila Keith, who seems to be in pretty much every Peter Walker horror film. And they've got a problem. And they're, well, not necessarily Edmund. Edmund is covering up for Dorothy. Dorothy is a cannibal, and she it starts in the 1950s, and they've been killing people, and they've both been locked up into asylums. They were going to get the death penalty, but the doctor's medical results told them that they were insane, so they've both gone to asylums. And apparently Dorothy had a young daughter at the time called Debbie, and Debbie's played by the absolutely beautiful Kim Butcher. Anyway, we get jumped to the future, and Dorothy and Edmund are being released. They're back out, and because they're supposedly cured, and they've been rehomed from London, from where they were, to out in the outskirts, in a farmyard, so miles out away from everywhere. And we meet Debbie, like I said, played by Kim Butcher, and she's got a boyfriend, and they are in sort of like into this sort of bikers scene. This is a 1974 film, and bikers were really prolific in the 70s. And they go to this club, and she tries to get served at a bar. She's supposed to be 15. There's no way she's 15. She's at least 19, 20 in this film. And the barman won't serve her. Anyway, so after that, they get thrown out of the club. But they wait for him outside. And they give the barman, who I can't remember his name, but he's a prolific sort of British actor. He's been in loads of sort of programs like The Sweeney and stuff like that. I've seen him in so many shows. And he gets a good old beating. And so someone sees it happening and said they're going to call the police. So they all run off, apart from Debbie, who's still there loving it. And then she walks out of the darkness, and we find out that she has actually killed this barman later in the film, and she goes off with her boyfriend. We then meet another her sister, half-sister called Jackie, played by Deborah Fairfax, and she's also incredibly beautiful. And she's kind of like at this blind date with two of her friends at her friend's house, and she meets a guy there called Graham, played by Paul Greenwood, and they're getting on quite well. And he's a studying a doctor, like a psychologist doctor, and so he's getting on well. And he starts talking to her about the film, about Debbie, saying that he can help her because she's got a lot of like aggression and a lot of problems. Takes after a lot after her mother, because she's the daughter of Dorothy and Edmund, and Jackie's the daughter of Edmund from a previous marriage. But anyway, Jackie keeps going to the farm to visit them both and dropping them off parcels, which seems to be full of either animal parts or body parts, obviously to sort of like fulfill that sort of thirst or hunger of flesh for Dorothy. Like I said, who's a cannibal. It's not really hidden too much in the film, because halfway through the film, one of the doctors explains to Graham that when they were, because he finds out they've been released, and that she was a cannibal, and stuff like this. And as the film progresses through, we see Dorothy doing tarot readings for all these sort of lonely people that come to her house, and then they all suddenly disappear. So what's happening to them, I'm not going to tell you. I'll let you try and find that out for yourself. And there's loads of little stories that unfold throughout this film, but we'll talk about that at the final verdict. But let's talk about the characters. Sheila Keith is absolutely fantastic in this film. There's something about her that I really like. She almost plays pretty much the same sort of boisterous, strict school teacher sort of character in every sort of film, and she's not too different to this, except she's supposed to be an elderly sort of mother, and she's really, really cool. And I feel really sorry for Edmund Yates, played by Rupert Davis, because he's so cool as well. He's like, he hasn't been killing anyone. He's just covering it all up because he's so much in love with his wife. But he sort of faked that he was mentally ill so he could be with her in this asylum. Anyway, and he's got quite a strong relationship with Jackie. And I said, Jackie keeps coming, and Jackie's panicking and worrying that Dorothy's gone back to her old ways before she went into the asylum and all this. And she's really cool as well. Jackie plays Deborah Fairfax plays the role really well. She's extremely cute looking, and she plays the role really convincing as this sort of like lonely woman who's not been involved with anyone solely because she doesn't want anyone involved with her, because she's trying to keep this secret of mum and dad that are living out in this farm. And she probably worries if she meets someone, it's going to not be the ending she expects. But she ends up meeting this Graham guy she really likes. And Paul Greenwood, who plays Graham, he's really cool. He's like that doctor detective sort of role, and sort of tries to help her out, and sort of discovers a lot of secrets about Debbie. So Debbie, played by Kim Butcher, is probably one of the best characters in the film, apart from Sheila Keith. She's got this very strong evil streak, but very sweet when she's surrounded by people that she likes that are not necessarily going to do her any harm. And she comes across quite sweet, and she's very, very pretty in this film. Really, really cool. They've got two amazing looking women in this film, so it's worth watching for these two beauties anyway, because their screen presence is phenomenal. But the cast is great. we've got the friends of Jackie, we've got the boyfriend of Debbie, we have the detectives who have a smaller role, but that they're still really, really cool. And that every single, it's one of those films where every character means and needs to be in the film because they all bring something wonderful to the film. So let's get on to the final verdict. As you may see, I absolutely love this film. To me, it's an absolute essential watch, and it's a 10 out of 10. It's one of the best British horror movies ever made. Really cool, really suspenseful, great characters, great sort of storyline. There is some deaths in the film, there is some gore in the film, and it just unfolds and unfolds and unfolds, and you're just thinking, wow, can this film get any better as you're watching it? And it does. And I even like the ending, although the ending is a bit, I like the ending because it's a bit of a sort of a shocking, or not necessarily shocking, but a sad sort of ending, not a happy ending. And it's a great ending to the film when love seems to conquer all, and can help you keep secret things that shouldn't be kept secret. It's that sort of ending. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's well acted. It's just a great British film. This is one of Peter Walker's best. 100% amazing film. The pluses of this edition, it looks really, really nice. It looks really cool. It's a great transfer. It's a great sound on this film as well. It's kept its original sound, which is great. And the cast are absolutely wonderful, and it's just great. And there's some great, it's a great build up sort of film to some sort of like shocking moments at the end. The negative of this edition is the lack of special features. Like I said, we got 3 or 4 commentaries, and there's one sort of like special feature in a trailer, and that's a little disappointing coming from a company that tend to put quite a few on there. It does have a reversible cover with the original kind of cover on it. I do actually prefer the new commissioned, so I will be keeping it as that, and it's really cool. There was a Peter Walker box set that came out from 88 film. I missed out on it, and I'm absolutely gutted. It was something I will never forgive myself for, and I would love to pick that up. But it's a holy grail item for me now because it's normally like £100 odd, so it's out of my reach. But anyway, it's still great to own this film, and I do have it on DVD as well, but twice. But it's such a cool film. I love it, and it is one of the best British horror films ever made. Frightmare, 10 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below what you think of it. It's so cool. It's so great. Every time I watch this, I fall in love with it a bit more. I try to give myself a good 2, 3, 4 year gap between watches, because then you kind of enjoy it more and you see things. But now I've watched it again, it's opened my hunger to watch the commentaries on this, to see what they are. There is one with Peter Walker, but I'm also interested in hearing from some of the sort of critiques and see what they think of that film. So it's definitely worth checking out. And check out some horror channels for me, guys. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Design, Pizzawell, I Am Isolor, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Horror House, and The Maniac. And a massive shout out to the lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.